Ahoy! Well, the diesel guy's at lunch, and things are looking up. We got so from the impeller pump, we got a new, just this little bit of hose that goes to this nice shiny copper pipe that came all the way from Sweden, and so that goes into the heat exchanger. Now, before I had that big hose that went over the top and to the thing here, to that. Oh, you can't see it, I don't have any light in there. See, we're still getting the where did I put my headlamp? Anyway, no, I don't have it. Anyway, so that whole loop is gone. That whole rubber hose thing is gone, replaced by this copper pipe. And this is where the hot water hose, the heat exchanger, the coolant hose for the hot water tank came out. They're gonna get a plug for that. And this is where it came back in to the water pump, the coolant pump. And so that they're gonna plug that, and then all that junk in there can come out. And yeah, he seems to share my opinion that a 31-foot boat and a boat with this size engine, it just doesn't produce enough heat to really effectively give you a hot water, you know, hot water. So best that be gone. And you know, here's like the hoses, and like there was a lot of chafing going on, and like this is some of the hose that he pulled out, and like look at all the chafing going on here with this stuff. And then there's a really bad spot, yeah, like here. Look at that. Look at that. This was like at least halfway chafed through. I mean, this is your coolant line, and another season would have chafed all the way through that, and then I would have had suddenly a bad coolant leak that I couldn't get to, and that would have been a bad day. So, and yeah, I mean, you can actually see, like, see, here's the, so, you know, here's what we have here, right? This is some conduit for this electrical stuff. This is the thermostat, and this is the line that goes to the overflow tank, which is up in the lazarette. And this is the line coming back that goes into the pumps here. So, yeah, simpler is better, for sure. And then that old tank's going to be coming out along with the rest of this hose. And so, that's a good thing. Okay, so there's the rest that came out of here. So it's got a Scott Marine vacuum breaker. So I honestly don't think I really need that. Again, a little bit too much belt and suspenders, and there's more chafing. Look at all this chafing on here. I mean, all it takes is one spot. Look at that. That's another badly, oh god, this is even worse than the other one, but at least it's only on a raw water hose. Yeah, this stuff's done. So I'll save that Marine vacuum breaker. But I'm just gonna say I couldn't get this hose off of here. I took the clamps off, but I mean I just couldn't get it off. So I'm gonna take that off now, and I don't know, have some spares, for whatever. I wouldn't just throw that away. That's a nice piece of copper anyway, right? So yeah. All right, so I did some lazarette yoga, and this thing is finally out from under the sink. I pulled it out from that access right there. You can see there's where it used to be. So, you know, this is where the engine coolant went in and out, you know, and this is where like the cool water went in and the hot water came out. And then there's a wire that went in for the heating element. It said, you know, do not turn on the electric switch unless the tank's full of water. Well, somebody probably had done that because it didn't work. And then, as I mentioned, I mean, the hoses that were going from the engine to here had like a couple of points that they were almost chafed all the way through. So I mean, this thing was a ticking time bomb. So I mean, it doesn't look like it's it's stainless steel, you know, and it seems to be, I don't think it actually leaked or anything, but look, I mean, I don't know, I just didn't trust it. So I guess you got this valve here which is stuck. Yeah, I mean, I just didn't trust it anymore, and it didn't work anyway, and yeah. So I'll haul this thing off and put it somewhere. I had to buy, so you know, I got like this extension, but I had to get a second extension on this because like the last bolt, it was over here, the last nut was like, because this was installed like when it was under the sink, there was a bulkhead like right here, and I could reach this one barely, but I couldn't get to that one, you know, like so I had to go to the, and there it was just long enough to get that nut off, and that was the last thing, and now it's out of there. And so here's what we accomplished today with the help of my good friend Alan, and part of it was at the end with the goal of getting that out. So look, I mean, now, and I think I went over this before, and I'll edit whatever, or I just won't edit it. Who am I to edit, right? Whatever. So just to be clear, I'd rather be redundant than, you know, leave anything out, right? So yeah, so now all the rubber hose is just this little length here, right there. That's it. I mean, in terms of the engine cooling system, and this needs to be here to absorb some of the, because you know this thing kind of shakes. Although Alan said, the mechanic said that this thing runs really smooth for a two banger, you know. So you know, he was and tomorrow we're gonna go. Tomorrow he's gonna come again, and he's gonna show me how to do this. You know, part of this is that I need to know, because I saw today how to replace this. We got the new belt on. This is the Gates equivalent to the Volvo belt. So now I can go to just an auto parts store to get a belt, and an auto parts store to get a fuel filter. So that part of the service. So now the only rubber hose left, see, because they used to be all this rubber hose, like these 4 rubber hoses, and they went around and like, and again, it was a disaster waiting to happen in terms of a catastrophic engine coolant leak. Yeah. Now you can see like the new copper pipe there. See that? A nice shiny copper pipe. Flown all the way from Sweden. And then look at all the space I got. And I gotta clean that up, obviously, but you know, there's still like some antifreeze and a stray washer and some pistachio nutshells from, you know, 1994. Yeah, there's some more spilled antifreeze and some gook down in there. Oh yeah, and then here's the old wires from the water heater. And so I can take this old wire that'll wire out too. Just pull that through or whatever, and then cap the circuit there, the switch there in the 120 volt panel. So yeah, today was a day of great victories. Here's where the hot water used to come out, or where the engine coolant used to come out to supply the hot water heat exchanger. And here's where it came in, and we got nice shiny new brass plugs there. And we ran the engine, and she's tight. You know, this is all tight. This is all nice, and this no drips. No drips. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. So, and my engine's happy. My engine's happier too. Yeah, my little Swedish tube hanger will chug happily away. Oh boy, there's a whole bunch of... Yeah, and we changed the coolant too. You can see some of it drain down into the sump there, but not into the bilge. That's what the engine sump is for, so I got to get all that out. And yeah, we changed the engine coolant too. We drained it all out of, I think... Yeah, this is where you drain it out, I'm pretty sure. I couldn't really see what he was doing, but so I'll ask him if that's the fitting. So yeah, everything is much more accessible, and again, less risk of like a coolant leak, because, you know, like the engine coolant, you know, again, here it comes out of the thermostat, and some of it goes to the heat exchanger, okay, and it comes back out here, and then it goes to the coolant pump, right, and then back up, and into the engine block, right, and then the overflow. This is the overflow hose that goes to the tank, the coolant tank in the lazarette, which you can almost see. Oh, no, you can't quite see it through there. So there's the expander tank in the lazarette. And actually, you know, that gets it as high as possible, which would be the highest point, and that's definitely the highest point. And then it comes back through this hose and right there. So it's simpler, it's safer, you know, many fewer points of failure. So I'm happy. All right, so now I'm gonna try to clean up all this antifreeze and get it livable again here down below.